Okay. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. A book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father, Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled Becoming Mature Enough for Self-Defense. And I'm going to start basics, something that leads to self-defense all the way up to self-defense and different levels of self-defense. First and foremost, you have to get yourself into a mindset, into a space where when you're trying to better yourself, you're not trying to better yourself out of spite. And because what's going to wind up happening is you'll better yourself out of spite, and then you go looking for trouble, and you're going to get way more than you asked for. So you got to become mature enough to understand that, it ain't just a song when it says levels to this stuff. Like, it's levels to everything. And you got to understand that you don't know who's on what level because you ain't really starting yet. So first things first. Level 1, weightlifting, working out. This is where some people are weak, okay? Some people are naturally weak. Some people are naturally stronger than other people. Me personally, I'm a person who happens to be naturally stronger than most people, but I'm a small guy, okay? So it kind of throws people off because let's just put it like this. I weigh about 155, 160. If I go to the gym, I got in a car wreck, so I can't do this right now. But if I go to the gym and I lift weights, if I'm on the bench press, I can easily do 3 sets of 20 with 225, no problems. And really, I probably do 3 sets of 25 or damn near 3 sets of 30. I'm way stronger than I'm supposed to be. That's just a thing. Been like that since I was a kid, so it's just a natural thing. And it heightened as I played sports and worked out. But some people think because they lift weights or they were weak and they got strong, they get a little pump and they feel jacked, as they say, they get a few little muscles and they start thinking that, I'm strong, I can lift all of this weight. People are going to be scared of me. Now I could be a bully. No, you can't. No, you can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Weightlifting is for aesthetics, okay? So you lift weights and your body looks a certain way aesthetically. If you lift weights properly and you eat properly, you can have all the cuts, all the rips, all the striations. But I need you to look at something. How you built from lifting weights aesthetically is different from how you built when you fight. See, people who actually are competitive, do combat sports, or even contact sports, you notice most of those people are not really ripped and jacked like they lift weights. That's because it's a different type of strength you need when you're dealing with another human being. See, if you doing a bench press and if you doing this all day, this right here, and you think this translates to a fight, you know what this means? You gotta push somebody up off of you while you're on your back on the ground. That's all that means. So you gotta be mature enough to understand that you don't just go around here thinking because you picked up a couple of weights that you an ass whooping. It's not. It don't work like that. And you'll find, boxers have a certain build, wrestlers have a certain build, football players have a certain build, basketball players have a certain build, martial artists have a certain build, and just because they don't have the muscle definition that you may have weightlifting, doesn't mean they're not stronger than you. Now, getting to that, or faster than you, which is more so what's most important. You know, when people say speed kills, they mean it. So getting into, you have to be mature enough to leave people alone. Don't think because you lifted a few weights that makes you a man and you the biggest bully on the block. Even if you're a big guy, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There are guys who got folded up real well by people who were skilled fighters. Now getting into combat sports, combat and contact sports. You got to be mature, man. Now, some people, you know, I wrestled a little bit, and I learned, you know, things. Boxing is more so my thing, and I learned a few things along the way. Let's just say that. When you pick up things, whether you were fighting and you learned as you went by fighting, if you learned a particular form of fighting, you pick up certain things, how to be clean, how to be dirty, that type of stuff. What actually works, what actually doesn't work, what actually works for you, what actually doesn't work for you. The things you need to get better in. You know, positioning, you know, why some people are relaxed when they're fighting, because they've been there before. They can see this stuff coming a mile away. And some of you guys got to understand, the first thing you need to know about fighting is people who know how to fight are trying to avoid fight. They didn't learn, like some of you cats out here learn a new move, you know, and they be like, oh, I'm going to start a fight so I could try this one new move I learned out. You're going to get hurt. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're going to get hurt because you don't control what happens in a fight. You know, anybody can win a fight. And this ain't like the Kung Fu movie where, oh, you do crane style versus tiger style. It ain't like that. A fight is a damn fight. You know, if you get the wrong person mad, you might think you learn something in MMA, and they might be the type of person to say, oh, okay, he think he gonna MMA fight me. I'm gonna grab this son of a bitch and I'm gonna throw him into this damn fire hydrant. Fight's over. See, that doesn't click in your brain because you're not thinking that some people are just more vicious than others. You know, some people don't care, but it's a fight. You headbutt your elbow, you kick in your knee, your shin, you know, kick your knee inward, you know what I'm saying? They'll hit you in the nuts. They don't care. So you have to be mature enough to know you know how to defend yourself, but it's called self-defense. It's not called myself is going out here to pick fights with people. You know, you don't understand, you know. Punching power is a God-given gift. Some people who've never been in a fight in their life can hit you hard enough that you would think you were in Doctor Strange when she hit the dude and he went through like 4 different bodies and was astral projection. It's like some people can hit you that hard. You be like, oh God, is that me? That's you. You know. So leave it alone. Be mature enough to leave people alone. You know, learn how to defend yourself in case you have to defend yourself, your family, or your property. That's it. But don't go out there looking for trouble. You got to be mature enough to understand it. You know, and if you pick up if you practice in a certain technique or a certain style of fighting, you're going to come across people who can really bang. And you're going to realize, I don't want to do this every day. You're going to be like, no, this is not what I want to do. Because it takes you got to have a different mind to enjoy getting in a fight every day. Or every week. Or every month. You got to have a little screws loose. So you got to understand that. The other thing, and I'm going to make this one brief and end it. You know, for you guys who decide to get weapons, and now you want to be knife nuts or gun nuts or sword nuts. Ah, yeah. Let me explain something to y'all. You know, I remember being in the gun range and a guy said it so good to this one cat. He had the target, and I think this guy was from Israel. And the guy says, "You said, you know, how do you know how to shoot?" He said, "I learned how to shoot in Israel." It's like, so how y'all shoot in Israel? He's like, we move. Like, what do you mean? It is like, you Americans, what do you think? People are actually gonna just stand there like your target, like you and your target are just gonna just pow, pow. He said, no, people move. If I pointed a gun at you, you would move, and I would have to move if you were shooting back. So you learn how to shoot on the move. And the dude was like, oh. And that's the thing. A lot of times people want to get these weapons. You got to be mature enough to know, look, for one, if you got a temper, you shouldn't learn how to fight. You shouldn't get guns, because you're going to wind up getting mad and going to the first thing like a child, you know, oh man, I'm going to just grab a knife because I'm freaking out, and then somebody going to kill you. You know, I'm just going to be real with you, you know. Oh man, I'm going to grab a gun. You ain't the only person with a gun. You need to chill that out. And some people who know how to take care of themselves, they're really trying their best not to go off on anybody. And you might set off the wrong person. Now, getting back to the gun thing, you know, some of you got to be mature enough to know what, you know, life isn't like deer hunting or hog hunting or fishing, where you're going out there and you're killing something that wasn't bothering you. Human beings are different. Like, you don't, when that fight or flight moment kicks in, you think because you got a gun, or I got a huge gun, I got a shotgun, that's not going to help. Be mature enough to understand. Don't get in a gunfight. And if you're one of the people that want to get in a gunfight so bad, I'm going to explain something to you. If you got a shotgun and I got a 9mm, I got the advantage. And you'll say, what do you mean? I got a big old ass gun that could just, once I, yeah, that's the problem. You gotta, that shit. You got, you got to do all this to at least point it if you know how to shoot it. Motherfucker got a 9, bow. You know, watch this. One of my favorite movies all time was Tombstone. I'll be your Huckleberry. Why was Doc Holliday so fast? You think, oh, he was just, because he was faster than everybody. Yep, he was faster than everybody. But did you ever look at the barrel of his gun? See, everybody had them long ass guns. This was the long ass barrels. Doc Holliday's barrel was like that. Why would I get in a gunfight with this long ass barrel? Why don't I just go pow, pow? You got to see that extra 2-3 inches that he didn't have made him that much faster than everybody. And people were so stupid that they weren't thinking about it. Like, my barrel's 6 inches, Doc Holliday's is 4. Yeah. And like I said, speed kills. So be mature enough to know, like, certain people just learn how to defend yourself, but be mature enough to know, don't go looking for trouble. Like, if you one of the people that just, and I'm saying this, I implore some of you people, don't go out here because you learned something new to go look for trouble. Because you got to understand something. Before I go, and I said this in an older video, I had an old coworker, old vet. He said, you know, I could stare one of these young guys, I could stare them down in a gunfight because I'm so experienced that I know they're going to be shaking in their boots. And they're going to be missing because they're going to be too, this guy actually aiming back at me. And he going to be off. And he said, I could just, pow, and it's over. Because see, some of y'all don't understand that about life and confrontation. People been there before, you haven't. So chill out. Don't use that stuff unless you have to use it. And don't go out there trying to be a bully, because bullies going to get mauled. We out.